Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Football and welcome to the Match Week 5 prediction show. 4 game weeks down the line, it's now getting to the real business time. Teams are starting to arrange themselves on the table and stuff like that. So far, so not good for me. I actually have the same record as some teams in the league, teams like Arsenal. So as it currently stands, I've actually lost 3 weeks and I've won 1. So experts, which are people like Zuhum, are leading 3-1, 3 points to 1, which is very unfortunate. I've lost 3 of the weeks, just like Arsenal. But I'm hoping to beat Zuhum in this week's prediction to make it 3-2. Start my comeback. So in case you're watching this for the first time and you don't know the rules, so you get 3 points for a correct score. So if you predict a game is going to end in a 2-1 result and it ends in a 2-1 result, you get 3 points, and then 1 point for each correct result. So if you predict a win and it ends in a win for the team you predicted, or a draw 2-2 and then it ends 1-1, you still get a point for the correct results. We did a couple of changes here. So instead of 2 bonus points available, there's actually 6 bonus points available. So there's 1 for predicting the correct goal scorer, and there'll be 5 points for getting correct the actual score for my bonus question at the end. So we'll come back to that at home. But first, let's get to the match fixtures for this week. So the first game on Friday night will be Newcastle against Leeds United. What are you thinking from this game?
Newcastle, they weren't very comfortable versus United, and I know that's a tough team to play, but I think the way Leeds love to attack, there's going to be goals on both ends, and Newcastle have a very good counterattack, as we saw with the goal that they scored, a very good goal they scored against Manchester United. So I'm expecting a lot of goals, but I think, should I give my prediction now?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So my prediction is 3-1 to Marcelo Bielsa's team.
Wow. So 3-1 to Leeds. I'm going to go for a Leeds win as well, but I'm going to reduce the score. So Newcastle 1, Leeds 2. You say Newcastle struggle against United, Leeds as well struggle against United, both teams. So I expect Leeds to get a win here. They've not picked up any win away from home this season, so 2-1 to them. And the next fixture on Saturday, the first one is going to be Wolves against Brentford. Wolves, I'm unlucky not to have picked up wins early on in the season, managed to get a win finally last week. And for Brentford, they actually haven't won a game since beating Arsenal on the opening day. So does this look like back-to-back losses again for Brentford, or do you think they'll shock Wolves away from
home? To be honest, Wolves have been on a steady upward trajectory. So, considering the amount of talent they have, Trincao, Raul Jimenez, and the Premier League experience they have, they're also playing at home, which is a major factor this season, considering the fans are back. I see a Wolves win here, but a narrow Wolves win, possibly a 1-0.
1-0. Just again, I'm going to agree with you, Wolves win, but I'm going to go for a higher scoring game. So I'm going to go for Wolves 2, Brentford 1. I think Brentford will get a goal. So 2-1 to Brentford. Then the next fixture on
2-1 to Brentford.
2-1 to Wolves, sorry.
Wolves,
2 goals to Wolves and then 1 to Brentford, sorry.
Okay,
so the next fixture is going to be Manchester City against Southampton. So City in the last 4 games, they've managed to score 5, and 6. I mean, you get my point. They when they start scoring goals, they always score a lot of goals. So do you think Southampton are in for hammering here?
They really are, man. I mean, City may have played a Champions League game, obviously, so that could mean they rotate a little bit. But the squad that they have means no matter who comes in, I mean, they can always play the same style. And Southampton, they've had an unexpectedly shaky start to the season so far. So I genuinely see like a 4 or 5-0. I think I'm gonna go with a 4-0 minimum. 4-0. Yeah.
4-0. Wow. So I don't know if it's unexpected. For me, I said they're going to finish 13th, but I had a lot of people saying they're going to get relegated because they got rid of Ings, Vestergaard, Bertrand. Many people actually say they got to get relegated, but I don't believe that. So I can only see a City win. Southampton to get a goal. I think they'll get a goal. Armstrong or some those kind of players. So I'm going to go for City 4, Southampton 1. So Southampton to get a goal there. The next fixture on Saturday at the same time is going to be Liverpool against Crystal Palace. Liverpool, another great European night for them against AC Milan. And for Crystal Palace, a good victory against Tottenham last time out. So do you expect Edouard to shine at Anfield once again like he did against Tottenham?
I mean, when he did against Tottenham, they were 10 men, and he had to play the likes of Emerson Royale and Japheth Tanganga.
Yeah.
So he got sent off. But yeah, I don't see them troubling Liverpool at all. Remember last season Liverpool beat Crystal Palace, I think a whopping 7-0 at
Yeah.
Turf Moor at Sellers Park. So yeah, so I expect another big win here from Liverpool, possibly 3-0. But why I say that is because I just don't see Crystal Palace scoring, considering Virgil van Dijk, for example, was rested versus AC Milan, and he
Yeah.
rotated with, was it Joel Matip and Joe Gomez, right?
Yeah. Mane
So
also rested as well.
yeah. So I expect goals from Liverpool. I'd even captain Salah if I were you, but if in terms of the FPL, but yeah, 3-0 for Liverpool for me.
3-0 for Liverpool. Liverpool are very good. This season, I'm expecting them to be higher on the table than they were last season, not struggling like they did last season.
Yeah.
Palace, I think this is why you could beat me, because I'm actually giving these teams goals. Teams like Brentford, teams like Newcastle, and I'm going to give Crystal Palace a goal as well. So I'm going to go for a tight one. I'm going to go for Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 1. I'm going to be an
Ooh,
easy
okay.
victory, so 2-1 to Liverpool. Speaking of Turf Moor, Arsenal are traveling to Turf Moor.
Yes.
So a fixture that Arsenal always wins, just like a couple of teams we've talked about, like City against Southampton. Arsenal always win this fixture. So do you think this
Yeah.
time around Burnley will trouble Arsenal with the set pieces and stuff like that?
No, not necessarily. I mean, we have Gabriel back. We have Tomiyasu. This is going to be a real test of his aerial presence and aerial ability. So that's going to be interesting to see. But it's good that we have that height back. If we were playing maybe Callum Chambers, despite him being taller than Cedric or Bellerin or Ainsley Maitland-Niles, he's not a very good header of the ball. I mean, Gundogan beat him at some point this
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
But Tomiyasu should add a lot of solidity, and considering that's what they want to do, just whip balls in and really try and challenge us aerially, I
yeah,
think we should be a lot more comfortable dealing with those threats. But at the same time, we have our big Ghanaian back, and he had a great game when we played them at Turf Moor last season. I just hope the pitch is good, but overall, I expect a, a comfortable scoreline, but not necessarily a comfortable performance. Because
yeah,
Burnley, no matter how many goals you score against them, they're going to be very difficult to play, physically
yeah,
aggressive and all that stuff. And
yeah,
from an Arsenal point of view, I'd be quite concerned about the players that we have being subjected to such rough play. You saw Richarlison's, uh, you know, almost leg breaking challenge
yeah.
by James Tarkovsky. So I hope we get a bit more protection, but I expect a 3-1 win from Arsenal. I don't expect us to keep a clean sheet. They're going to keep bombarding us, and we still have a defense that's really coming together. It's
Yeah.
going to be interesting to see if Ramsdale starts, but
Mhm.
yeah, hopefully a 3-1 win for us.
Okay, it wasn't actually even a foul. I don't think it was even given as a foul, the Tarkowski one. So
Yeah,
I think they're very rugged, and we always win this game. But you'd remember the last like 4 or 5 seasons. There's a time Sanchez scored a last-minute penalty.
yeah,
There's a time Koscielny scored with his hand. So it's always very, very tight games. And last season, Burnley actually we didn't beat Burnley. Basically, Arsenal did not beat Burnley last season.
yeah.
So I'm going to go for an Arsenal win. This guy on screen right now has a very good record against Burnley. I think it's 8 goals for him against Burnley since he came to Arsenal. So I'm going to go
Wow.
for Burnley 1, Arsenal 2, 2-1 win for Arsenal. The
He's
next
he
game at
scored.
this
Sorry,
eight
he
goals
scored last season as well. He
is
scored
he
last
scored.
season at More. Yeah.
Yeah, he even scored an own goal last season against Burnley. Literally loves scoring in this fixture. Even scored an own goal. So
Uh,
the next fixture at the same time will be Norwich against Watford. Now Norwich haven't picked up a win this season, unfortunately for them. Watford started the season very well against Aston Villa, but in that game against Aston Villa in the first day, they conceded 2 consolation goals, and since then they've not looked good. So which one do you think will win from these 2 promoted teams?
this reeks of a draw.
Mm.
Yeah, I see a score draw. I think I'm gonna go with a 1-1.
1-1. I'm
Mm,
actually going to go for this is a tough one. I kind of agree
yeah.
with you, but I feel like one team will get a win here. And I don't think it's going to be Norwich, unfortunately. I think Watford will make it 2-1. The
Away
likes of
from home.
Ismail. So, yeah, Ismail signed players like that. I
Okay.
think they'll make it 2-1 or something. It's going to be 1-1 for majority of the game, but the likes of Saul will stand out. So 2-1 win to Watford. Then the last game on Saturday is going to be Aston Villa against Everton. This has always been an interesting game for me, like since I started watching the Premier League back in the day with the Tim Cahills and Gabi Agbonlaws and as well Andrew Johnson, so many good players. So this time around, it's Watkins against a Calvert-Lewin-less Everton. They don't have Calvert-Lewin, so we might as well say Townsend because he's the one who's scoring the goals. So Watkins against Townsend, who's winning this game.
Yeah, so I see an Aston Villa win, narrow Aston Villa win. I think I'd go with a 2-1 win. They have all their players, I believe. But you never know with some of the errors that they can make. I mean, Aston Villa, you remember the error that Tyrone Mings made versus Chelsea, but they'd be looking to come back. So, yeah, Aston Villa win 2-1.
Okay, 2-1 to Aston Villa. So for me, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I think I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. This one is going to be a high-scoring game, a very interesting game to watch. So 2-2 draw, Aston Villa 2, Everton 2. Then going into Sunday, we are going to have West Ham against Manchester United in the first fixture. No Antonio for West Ham. And do you think it's going to be a United win thanks to this guy starting?
I mean, I don't think it's going to be down to him. I think maybe Jesse Lingard will give an assist thinking he's still playing for West Ham.
Interesting point, yeah.
But no, I expect a tough match, regardless of whether Antonio is available or not.
Yeah.
So I think I'll go with a narrow 2-1 Manchester United win, one Ronaldo goal, and maybe a Mason Greenwood. Goal.
I'm going to sit on the fence again here. I'm going to go for West Ham 2, Manchester United 2. I think the way you said Newcastle scoring against United, even without Antonio, I think the likes of Bowen, they can get a counter-attacking goal somewhere, and maybe a set-piece goal. Cresswell very good from set-pieces as well, corners, free kicks. So United last season considered a number of corner kicks, so I can see that happening again. So
I mean, they haven't kept a clean sheet for a long time, United.
Yeah.
So
can you ask young boys? 2-2. The next fixture on Sunday is going to be Brighton against Leicester. Brighton looking good in the top 5, I think top 5 now, scoring goals, converting the chances they were missing last season, defending well. They think they've kept 2 clean sheets so far. Do you think they'll get another win against Leicester? Leicester, not the same Leicester we knew. I don't know if they're going to improve their game, but what are you going for here?
I think Leicester will be looking to come back from the defeat that they suffered against Manchester City. It was a narrow defeat.
Yeah.
But considering they're playing away from home, I think Brighton are gonna play like Brighton. They're gonna try and get on the ball. They're gonna try and possess it and keep it better than Leicester, which I think they have the ability to. But I expect Leicester win solely because Brighton will make mistakes on the counter versus a very potent counter-attacking team with Jamie Vardy, Harvey Barnes, and the like. So, yeah, so I expect a Leicester win, possibly a 1-0.
1-0 to Leicester. Again, I'm going to not agree with you on this one. I'm going to go for Brighton 1, Leicester 1. I think Brighton will get something at home. I think Veltman is back. I think the tall defender Ban is almost coming back as well. And Leicester also have a European game midweek against Napoli. So I think they'll get very tired there. So I'm going to go for 1-1 there. The last game on this match week is going to be the big one. Tottenham against Chelsea. Last season, I think it ended in a draw, 0-0. And the Chelsea are looking very good. And Tottenham last week, I've heard people saying it's going to be very easy for Chelsea, like 3-0 or something. Do you echo those thoughts?
I think it's going to be easy in terms of the comfort that they're going to play with. I think it's going to be quite comfortable for Chelsea, but I don't think it's going to be a big scoreline. I think Nuno Espirito knows how to set up his team versus the favorites, as long as they're the underdog. But obviously now they missed out on Japhet Tanganga, who's going to miss this game. So I expect a comfortable 2-0 Chelsea win. 2-0.
2-0 Chelsea win. They're definitely missing Son. I don't think he'll play as well. I had the Argentine players still can't play, I think, for another game week. So it's going to be worrisome for them. Davis last week giving away that penalty did not look good and is looking set to start maybe this week as well because they're running out of defenders with no Dyer, no Tanganga. So I'm going to go for Chelsea win, but Tottenham to score. I think Kane will score. Always loves to score in a derby. So 2-1 to Chelsea, a 2-1 win to Chelsea. So those are your predictions for match week 5. Let's get to the bonus questions. And the first one that will get you an extra point, very important to Zuhum. My only win this season came from actually getting correct the bonus score. We had drawn 6-6. I actually got a point from the bonus score. And that is one player to definitely score. Sounds very easy, but those players actually never score when you predict they're going to score. So which one are you?
One player to definitely score.
Yeah.
I'll say Romelu Lukaku.
Romelu Lukaku for Chelsea against Tottenham. Wow, that's bold. That's very, very bold. For me, I'm going to go for the guy from Leeds, Brentford to score against Newcastle. Friday night kickoff. I think he's going to score against Newcastle away from home. So Brentford to score. And the question that will get you 5 points if you get it correct, almost impossible. Last season, I did this prediction show, 38 game weeks, and no one ever got it correct. Total number of goals.
Ooh, that is tough.
Very close 2 weeks ago. I predicted 26 and they were 25. So close, but it's not easy. So how many are you going for? For me, I'm going to go for 30 goals. It's tricky.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yep.
I haven't predicted too many big score lines, so I think I'll go with a cheeky 24.
24 goals. So if you actually get that, it's basically a win. If you get that extra 5 points, it should be a win for you. So it's going to be very interesting. Let's see if Zuhum is going to make it 4-1 to the guess, or I'm going to get a consolation, like I bet, to bring it back to 3-2. So thank you very much for watching. Zuhum's link to his Twitter will be in the description, so make sure you go over there and follow him on his page and also on Instagram. As of now, thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.